Hello and welcome back to the One Take Show podcast. Recently, I finished this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and trust me, this is a wonderful book. While reading this book in chapter 11, I came across a wonderful concept that is motion versus action. Now, these two words sound very similar, but they're really not. And a lot of smart people find themselves slipping into this trap of motion versus action. Motion, on one hand, is you preparing, strategizing, and learning about the process that you're going to employ while taking the actions. Whereas actions are the activities that will help you realize the goals and bring your ambitions into light. So, why do smart people find themselves slipping into this trap of motion versus action? There might be a lot of reasons. Number one is that motion gives us a perception of moving towards our goals without risking any failure, without risking any criticism. We as people are experts at avoiding any such form of criticism, any such form of failure. For example, if you want to lose weight, you can always sit back, chalk out your workout plans, chalk out your diet plans, but that will not help you get the body that you want. Exhibit 101. In fact, getting to the gym, lifting those weights or running those tracks is the only way for you to lose weight or perhaps get into the shape that you want. If you want to write a paper, write an article, simply jotting down those last date deadlines of the call for paper advertisements on Locktopus will not help you achieve your goal of publishing your articles. But reading about the research and writing down the paragraphs and then publishing it will give you the result that you want. And if it is really that simple, why do we fail at differentiating motion from action? Well, one of the major reasons is because we have a preset expectations from the end goal. That we have a certain perfectionist idea as to how our goal is supposed to look. And when we see ourselves in a position that is not necessarily going to produce that kind of a result, we get bogged down, and hence we get trapped in this vicious cycle of motion after motion, planning after planning, and strategization after strategization. Now, strategization and planning are not all bad and they are not purely evil. In fact, they help you foresee what all actions are required to really bring about the change. But alone, these actions and these strategizations will never help you actualize your goals. So how can we change that? Well, James Clear gives us two different examples. Number one, we can set a deadline. Every time we put deadlines on our projects, once a deadline is missed, these projects become infructuous. So we have to keep it in our minds that all our planning is actually materialized through our actions, through our efforts. And this is a very good way of actually bringing about the effort by avoiding procrastination 101. The second way is obviously to repeat those actions. I do not think that any big project ever started with a perfect outlook. Even in this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, I've been planning to launch a podcast series for way too long. In fact, I've been thinking about the various episodes of all the conversations that I could have. I've been planning to do a series of analyzing case laws and legal events, but I've always been scared of the criticism that will come with it. And I have never been able to produce the videos that would really help this project. Ladies and gentlemen, the best way out is to just start, take the first attempt and learn on the job like we all do. We just have to keep working and repeating the work. The repetition is the one that is going to help us bring about the kind of goals and realize those ambitions that we have attached to our own projects. Finally, it is the removal of that perfectionist idea that is attached to your end goal. The first step is to accept the fact that whatever is the action that you undertake, whatever is the project that you're trying to finish, will never even be half decent or whatever you are expecting it to be. No matter how much investment you put in, it will always fall short of your own very expectations. But you do reach those expectations by repeating your attempts. So it is always better to expect low and hope for the best. And when you hope for the best, all you need to do is to take the first step. If you want those internships with the hotshot law firms, barely sitting back and imagining that work environment will not get you any results. In fact, you need to proactively go out and reach out to the various partners, senior associates, or make whatever networking that is necessary. If you want to succeed in anything possible, you will have to take the basic steps to reach to the half decent mark of your own very expectations. James Clear wonderfully summarizes this entire concept in this one simple line: the best is the enemy of the good.